What's up everybody, and welcome to my first ever YouTube video ever about detailing cars. Now today I have my 2006 Monte Carlo SS here to detail, and we're going to get into it because the interior is kind of nasty, as you're going to see in a second. To me at least. Some people it's like, oh, it's not that dirty, but it's been in the snow the entire time. This winter's been pretty brutal, so I just decided I got an off day. It's a weekend, so we're going to go ahead and detail this bad boy and get her looking fresh. So now, aside from being just a detail, this is also going to be an informative video because I looked everywhere to find how to take these seats out just so I didn't break anything. But from my experience of taking seats out of cars, I decided that I would take on the challenge of figuring it out by myself, and I have. So I'm going to get that on video for you guys. If you have a Monte Carlo, I know there's not a lot out there, but this will be like an informative video that you guys will be able to see. I'm going to stamp that so you guys can skip to that right now if you need to. Basically, it's going to be a detail and informative video on how to take out your seats because nobody really talks about it for some reason. Like, there is zero videos. Alright, so I got these plastic pieces off here and here, but they don't come out. For this side of the car, they have these. These metal pieces are covered by these plastic parts. Why these are like this and don't have to have the seat out to take the plastic off makes zero sense, because I was trying to fight this piece and pull it forward until you have to look way underneath this opening, which you can hardly see, about that much clearance. There's a little part where you can see, oh, these back pieces are actually connected and it's one full piece. Now you know that you can't take these off. There's a little thing right here, this little nub, that gets looped around this front lip right here. It looks like this. And that kind of goes around it like a horseshoe on this little piece right here, and it goes like that, and it holds it in place. But this piece does not come off. Now, I don't know why they chose to do that, but it should be a lot easier to get the seats out. You won't have to fight that. Now, we should be able to get the seats out. So to take these back pieces off, all you have to do, that screw out with a screwdriver, and then you pop this piece back. Now, make sure prior to taking these blue and yellows out, you disconnect the battery. So we have the seats out. Basically, you unbolt the back two, these metal parts right here and here. Super high, so it's about 45 degrees, and then pull so hard that it just goes flying out. Because if you don't, you're going to be sitting at this for like 2 hours like I had to be. So back to the detail. Now, there is one thing I need to mention before getting into this video any further, and that is it may not look like I'm cleaning the entire interior, but the reason why it is just sometimes the areas that I'm trying to clean aren't able to get the camera in there and I just can't get a good shot, or it's just to save time, because if I did record like everything I did, this video would probably end up being around 45 minutes after editing. And I know people just don't want to look through that, so that's why parts of the car may not look like they're getting clean, but they are. So now that I'm done with the vacuuming phase, I'm going to go ahead and move on to using some Optimum carpet cleaner solution on some stains that I found. And then also I'm going to go ahead and use a drill brush to agitate and bring those stains out. Now I am familiar with extractors and I used to use them where I worked at before, but I had to move to my garage and I don't have one at the moment. So what I'm just going to go ahead and do is use my vacuum that has wet dry. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do here is, you can't really see through it, but I'm steaming the places where I had used the drill brush to get the stains out, just because there's a little bit of stuff left, and this does help pull the last bit of the stain out. So I'm just going to go ahead and use that and then wipe it down with a microfiber towel just to ensure that it gets nice and dry. Now that I'm finally done with the carpet, I'm going to start steaming all the interior plastics with my McCullough steamer and brush head set. Now it's kind of hard to see through all the steam, but right now I'm just cleaning off the pedals with the same process that I used on the interior plastics. Right here I go to try and clean off my glove box, but it honestly didn't really even work out in my favor. Now that I'm done cleaning all of the interior plastics and steaming them, I'm going to go ahead and steam the seats off, which I don't have the all-purpose cleaner that I normally used at my other detail shop at the moment because I just haven't got around to ordering it, but I do have this other kind of spray that is in my house, so I just ended up using that and it ended up working out kind of fine. Now, one of the last steps to getting this job done is just to make sure that I protect all of the leather with a leather conditioner.
Lay there on the kitchen floor. It seems like you can't take no more. I'm sorry, but when my engine starts, I just can't get enough. I've let you out
On to the second to last step, and we're just gonna go ahead and steam clean all of the glass inside and out. Now, one thing I didn't mention is that at this point I do have the seats back in, and that's just reversing the process of taking them out.
At my feet, yeah. So take me higher, baby. Let's go and hit the streets, yeah. So I'll keep running, running, running for you. So I'll keep running, running, running for you.
Now on to the last step of completing this detail, and that's just hyper dressing all of the rubber floor mats with the Meguiar's hyper dressing compound. And yes, as you can see, I accidentally tried to put the passenger side floor mat into the driver's side.
So don't be shy, just come and see. I'll show you places you've never been before. Running for you every day and night. I'm running for you, gotta go and step outside. So run me up 'cause I know the world is...
And that is gonna conclude my first ever YouTube detailing video. This one was actually pretty rough because, as you guys saw, the seats were not fun to deal with. I mean, you had to have it way in the air, and taking the seats out were terrible. But the end results were great, and I hope you guys enjoy the few cinematic shots to end this, and then I hope you guys have a good night or rest of your day. Peace.